We're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River. We've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Washington Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Right now, throwing to start the drive. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
These two teams have met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they're trying to win here in Philadelphia to capture the season series.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
A handoff running left is Gibson.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about
they'll bring a receiver in motion right.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
Room here to run.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Give him 30 yards there. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Tackle there by big Jordan Davis.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. On the slant, Burks. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Gibson is in. Touchdown, Commanders. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
And they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. But whatever they said appears to have worked. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Now Jones. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing, Jones. He finds his man, complete. That's Nicholson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here we go. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now a give right side. Gay. They find some open field here. Then he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big pickup there for the Eagles' 1st down, 18 yards. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
The Eagles sitting at 5-2 on the year, and they've been playing well, really well. I mean, winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out.
And last week, not only on the scoreboard, but I saw it on tape as well. Definitely not one of their finer performances because they were outclassed pretty much right from the start. So I think there'll be a renewed emphasis on trying to be a little better out of the gate in this one so they don't fall into a big hole.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Quez Watkins with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles are an extra point away now from moving out in front. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's 1st down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Albright. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Now Albright looking to throw on 2nd down. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 41-yard line. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Here's Albright. Off play action. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Albright. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Well, pretty woeful there, just 23 yards on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Here we go. Here we go. Come on, 38.
On first down, Gabe. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Jones throw complete there to Bateman. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Back to throw. Jones. Over the middle, complete. It's Nicholson. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's second down.
Well, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talk this about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
And he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Takes it at the 7. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Catch is made by Hardman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one good for 26 and a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got a man Complete. Touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 50 yards. And the Commanders are an extra point away from drawing level. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
On 2nd and 7, Jones. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Off play action, Jones. Goes right back to Smith again. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. They'll run on first down. Gay. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Off the play fake. Jones. And this is caught by Watkins. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
The 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Off play action. Jones. They'll roll. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to...
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Elliott is good, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 13 yards there on a Washington first.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down. Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on, you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot. Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 44-yard line. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And he fires one that's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Commanders will take over possession here up at the 44. Wait a second, they declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how any time you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Takes it at the 7. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Albright to throw on 2nd down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jalen Smith, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Hassan Reddick, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. Jones. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Ready.
Jones now throwing on 1st down. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins, 56 yards. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Washington going to send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a give, right side. Gay. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
Offense. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time.
And he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Eagles. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, break.
Here's Jones. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now Jones on 3rd down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Quez Watkins with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Eagles look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
On second down now, Gay. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think,
touchdown, Eagles! From 8 yards out. And the Eagles are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this fourth quarter advantage. Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Across the formation, Hardman gets a completion. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. He's got Gibson on the out route. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Back to throw again. It's incomplete. Took a shot. Washington on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's just another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Jones. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it now. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he's going to be met at about the 43. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion and a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Going up top. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this is caught. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And the 3rd time's a charm as he finally gets one of these to go. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Gay. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now Jones. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Nicholson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Escaping the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing, Jones. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 32 that time. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Here's Stanley to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Stanley. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
18 runners.
Now Stanley. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Commanders are able to cut into that deficit. They'll try and throw for it. He's got it. So they convert the 2 that keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. Here's a great example right there.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. For him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Eagles going to take the first of the. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. Operating from the gun. Jones airing it out deep for Smith. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right, and this will stay a 2-score game at 16.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
Okay, ready?
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Left wing 19. Left ball 80.
A give up the middle to Gibson. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. And now here comes their final timeout, as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Let's go. Trap 50, trap 50.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles come up with a late turnover, but it will probably matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Philadelphia, they run their mark to 6-2 on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the New York Giants come to town. Meanwhile, for Washington, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this, as they're not back in action until week 11.